Good morning, Form students. I'm Mr. Guan. So today we're going to learn how to write story dialogue. If you have the book with you, okay, take it out and turn to page 10. Page 10. If you do not, it's fine. As I told you in the last video, I'm going to use the ebook. Don't worry, you will still learn without a book. Now, let's look at the book. Let me show you the ebook. So in this lesson, after today's lesson, you are going to learn how to write story dialogue. Why? Do you know why? Because for the output of this unit, you are going to write a story. Before writing a story, you need to learn different techniques to write story. For example, this lesson, you are going to learn how to write dialogue. And for next lesson, I'm going to teach you how to use participle clauses in your writing, in your story. Let's begin. So I don't know, I'm sure you have read some English stories, right? So you should know that stories often contain dialogue. We call it direct speech. And why do we have dialogue in a story? It's easy. Imagine if you read a story and there is no dialogue in it, would it be very strange? Would it be very weird? Of course it would. So therefore, we need to include dialogue in story to help make it more interesting and lively. And dialogue also tells us more. For example, about the characters' personalities of the story, and also their relationship to one another. Now, let me show you a PowerPoint. Here. So in this lesson, we are going to learn three things. The first thing is direct speech, dialogue. Second thing, you need to learn to use reporting verbs. And I tell you, it is very important. You are going to remember some new reporting verbs. And lastly, you are going to learn some adverbs of manner. All right. So let's start with an example of dialogue. So look at here. This is an example. There's a ghost in the basement. Emily screamed. This is a dialogue. It is made up of spoken words. These are spoken words and also a reporting phrase. This, Emily screamed. Here, this is the reporting phrase. It consists of the speaker's name, which is Emily, or a suitable pronoun, and a reporting verb. Here, screamed, the reporting verb. So this is the spoken words, and this is the reporting phrase. So when we write story dialogues, remember, we always put the spoken words inside inverted commas. This, and this, and also this, we call them inverted commas. We put the spoken words inside the commas. And how do we separate the spoken words with the reporting phrase? Here, we separate the spoken words from the reporting phrase with a punctuation mark, and it could be a question mark, an exclamation mark, or a comma. Look at here. If you ask a question like this, did the portrait's eyes just blink? This is a question. So we need to use question mark. Asked James. And here, it's impossible, Tina whispered. Why do we use comma here? Because Tina hasn't finished her sentence. She still has something to say after it's impossible. So we put a comma here and then next spoken words. But yes, they did. This is an exclamation. So therefore, it requires an exclamation mark. And also, remember, you have to capitalize the first spoken word when it comes at the start of a new sentence. Just like here, we use capital E and also capital I at the very beginning of the sentence. Then what about the reporting phrase? Where do we put it in our dialogue? Look at here. We can put the reporting phrase underlined in purple. At the beginning, in the middle, just like here, Tina whispered, and also at the end of the sentence, like here, asked James. If it is in the middle of the sentence, just like here, it's followed by a comma, and the rest of the sentence usually begins with a lowercase letter, like here. After Tina whispered, we have a comma. And for the next dialogue, it begins with a lower b, okay? Lowercase letter b. And remember to start a new line for a new speaker, a new paragraph. Now, let's do some practice. First question, we do together. We have to choose the correct answers to complete the dialogue here. Have you ever seen a ghost, Darren? Peter asked. So pay attention to the verb here. Reporting verb here. Asked. Which punctuation mark should we use? Full stop, comma, exclamation mark, or question mark? It's easy, right? Asked. You're asking something. It means that it's a question. So the answer is D. Next one. It's the beginning of the sentence, so we have to use capital L, and also remember the punctuation mark. So therefore, the answer is also D. Here, I'd like to go to the UFO convention, comma. Kate said, comma. Okay, you see that? Kate hasn't finished her sentence. It still goes on. So therefore, which one should we use? A, B, C, or D? C, of course. We need a lowercase letter b here. I will skip this exercise. Okay. If you have any questions, if you still have something that you don't know, so remember you are watching a video. You can always pause the video, stop it, and then watch it again from the part that you don't know. All right. Now, let's learn some new things. Reporting verbs. How do we use reporting verbs in story dialogue? So we are going to learn 3 types of reporting verbs here. So we use it to make story dialogue more interesting. The first type is here. We use these verbs to show the speaker's intention, including beg, explain, suggest. First type. The second type, we use these verbs to describe the speaker's voice. Murmur, whisper, yell. Last 3 examples, we use these to show the speaker's feelings, emotions. Exclaim, sigh, tease. Remember, we use these reporting verbs in the reporting phase of your dialogue. Look at here. I will do 2 with you, and you have to do the remaining questions. Look at here first. These are, first of all, if you don't know the meaning of these words, it's easy. Just pause the video and take out your dictionary. Look up the words that you don't know. Now, let's look at the first question. Do you believe in UFOs? Phil, it is a question, right? So the answer is asked. Second, watch out. Can you see this punctuation mark? Shout, Alice. Alice was shouting. Of course, we need an exclamation mark. Now, you may pause the video and do the remaining questions. Here are the answers. No, I've never seen a ghost before, Tony replied. Shh, whispered Amy. I think I hear something. That was a hilarious story. Amanda laughed. Let's take a photo of the footprint, suggested Ray. Please don't leave me alone, begged Eric. All right. Now we're finished learning some reporting verbs. So the last thing is we have to learn some adverbs or adverbs of manner, okay, to help us make the story even more interesting in addition to the reporting verbs. So we use adverbs of manner, look at here, to describe how the speaker talks or sounds. Where do we put the adverbs? We put them immediately after the verb or the object of the verb. Just like here. Hurry up, Patrick, Lisa said impatiently. So this is an example of adverbs of manner. We put it after the verb to describe the action. To describe the action that Lisa was saying this phrase impatiently. Remember the meaning of impatient? Patient, okay? Next one, here. Second example. I won the painting competition, she said to her family happily. We put this adverb after the object of the verb. Question time. Now we have 3 questions. We have to choose the correct adverbs of manner and put it in the sentence. Let's look at the first one. Yay! Very happy, right? I won tickets to the Weird World exhibition. Ryan said, I told you he was very happy. So the answer, of course, is happily. Second, I got an A on my report about Yetis, said Jonathan proudly. Of course, if you got an A in your report, you'll be very proud. And your parents will be proud of you. Last one. Stop trying to scare me, Tanya said to her older brother. Stop trying to scare me. Of course, Tanya was very angry. So we use the adverb of angry, which is angrily. Okay, so let me close the PowerPoint first. Look at the book again. So now I've finished talking about the basic of writing story dialogue from here to here. If you don't understand, watch the video again. And also, of course, you have to read from here to here. Now, let me give you the homework for this online lesson. Don't panic. You still have homework for online lessons. Yes, but it's not very difficult. Now, for page 10, finish it because you have just learned how to add appropriate punctuation marks, right? So finish page 10. And also, here, this one, let's practice. Read the short story here, and you have to improve it by replacing the underlined words with the correct forms of the verbs given. So when we have the school again, we English teachers will check the answers with you. So make sure you do it. All right. So this will be the end of this online lesson. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and learn something from it. So next lesson, we are going to learn how to use participle clauses in your story to make it more interesting and to give it more details. So if you have any questions, feel free to tell us in a group. And also, don't forget, if you're watching this video through YouTube, remember to like this video, comment on it, tell us your name, your class, and class number. And of course, I don't mind, you can subscribe to this channel so that you can receive notification whenever we have new videos for you. So this will be the end of this video. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Goodbye.